check your WhatsApp group. I have shared the file I have discussed today. So, okay, now you can look at the screen or you can look at the handphone by using handphone. Okay, now chapter 1, introduction to C program, simple program. So we have some objective here. First, we will discuss the simple C program, and then simple input-output statement in C program by using scanf and printf statement, and then fundamental data type in C. Okay, we will cover shortly, and then use arithmetic operator, plus minus, and so on, and then learn the precedent of arithmetic operator. If we have one single mathematical expression, inside that expression we have many operator, plus, minus, divide, modulo, and so on. What is the priority of the operator? We will discuss in this topic, in this chapter. And then write simple decision making statement, if else statement. Okay, we will discuss this at the end of this chapter. Okay, now C program development environment, they have a several steps involved in our process to coding our C program. First, we editing process. Okay, the C program that we type in our editor will be saved by using .c extension. Okay, later we will explain what it means .c. So since our program is C program, then we save as the file by using .c extension. Okay? For example, if we in C++, normally we use the .cpp. So here we use .c because we are using C program. And then number 2, preprocessor. So in our C program, they have a what we call it as a preprocessor statement that we will explain later. Okay, and then compile process. Okay, what is mean the compile? Compile is our compiler that we need to translate our coding, C coding, to the low level language. Okay, what we call it as a object or machine language code. Okay, this one is the process, compile process. And then link. In our code, they have a several command that involve in library, for example, stdio.h, okay, and then maths.h. The process link is to link that library with our C code, so that our code will be can be read by the compiler or machine, our compiler. Okay, this one is the link process. And then after that, the load, before we run our program, the next process is loading process. Before we execute, the must first be placed in the memory. So we put our some of our information in the memory. The process we call it a load. And then after all the process 1 up to 5 is ready and done, then the final state is execute our what do you call it as an executable file. So all 1 up to 5 will be produce what we call executable file that we when we execute that file, so will be come out with the black screen, ask the user to key in the input. Okay, and so on. We will explain this one later. Now, what software we will use in this course? We will use code block, okay, or GNUC. So please make sure you download the code block compiler. So code block is for the C, C++, and Fortran. But in our case, we will use a C code. Okay, and after this, maybe you need to download and install it. So the step to install, I put it in the WhatsApp group or in this Putra Blast. Okay, if we have a problem later, we will discuss in the lab class. So after this, we will discuss the lab session. Hopefully, you can remind me after this class. Okay. Now, we use the GNU. This one is GNU C++. So actually, the user interface for this one is the same, but we are prefer to use a code block. Most of our students use code block. Both is a free, okay, free of charge. We can download and install in our C program. So please use this address, codeblock.org, this one, and download based on your operating system, your laptop or your PC operating system. Okay, if you are MacBook, then uh, download and install by using the suitable based on your MacBook. If you are on Windows system, then download by using the Windows system. For example, here, can you see this one? Code block, this one. I show you this one. Can you?
Yes, yes, Doctor.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Now, good. So we go to the website. This one is called blog website, and then we go to download here, and then go to the binary release. Okay, so here we have a window, we have a Linux, we have a Mac OS. Okay, most of people maybe Mac OS, and most in Malaysian we are using Windows OS. Okay, so you now go to the based on your system, your laptop system. Is it 32-bit or 64-bit? So here we have a 32, and without 32 is 64 here. 64-bit. So please, for Windows, you are download this file, and by using this link. So download and install it. Okay, this one. If 64, you are required to download this. This one, I think. Okay, 64 and 32. This one. Okay, install and download, and download and test. Okay, before we go to the live session later. Okay, now. Okay, now back to this one. Now, how to use the code block compiler? Okay, maybe later we will show you during. Okay, now. Okay, we will explain this one later when we discuss the simple coding later. You just we skip this step. Okay, later we will explain this step. Okay, now I think this one is also no need. So okay, now simple C program. After we go to the simple program, and then we open the compiler and show you run the compiler and what happened. So all 6 process just now I explained, I will show you. This one is the simple C program. So we will, okay, now I will explain you step line by line for the simple C program. And at the bottom, they have an explanation actually, but I will explain directly from this code. Okay, now line 1. Actually, in the real C program, they have no numbering. This one is just as a reference for easy to us to understand. Line 1, line 2, and so on. So when we run later, we no need to put it 1, 2, 3 up to 9. This one. Okay, now actually this we start with this double slash this one. So in C, this one they have a meaning for this one. Double slash mean that we after double slash this one is considered as a comment. But this one is what we call comment. What is a comment? Comment is the text that compiler doesn't execute that text. Okay. Okay. For example, these 2 lines considered as a comment. Again, I repeat, comment means compiler doesn't execute this as a code C. This one is just maybe as a
Okay, title.
description for our coding. Okay.
It doesn't appear in the when we make run. It doesn't appear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Next, the first meaningful coding is a hash include space stdio.hash, and then this one is command, and then integer main we already. And this one is you have to follow this one. This one is the compulsory beginning starting our code C program. So in between this curly bracket, open and close this one. Okay.
Yeah.
For example, here we are just only single printf statement. This one we call it as a body of C program. Just single for the simple C program for the beginning. We show you later. This one is the only statement welcome to C. Okay, and this one is comment also. Okay, so for easy to explain the step here, I will show you hands-on to run this one for easy. Just copy this code and then we open the compiler. Madi sudah ada ke Madi? Madi sudah join ke? Saya tak nampak ni sebab saya presenting, saya tak tahu belakang saya Madi ada ke tidak. Maknanya kalau tak respon tu Madi tak ada lah ya.
Madi join doktor tapi dia mute. Maybe.
Sorry? Apa tu?
Okay. Tak apa. Sebab saya tengah present, saya tak tahu di belakang saya siapa. Okay, now. Boleh nampak skrin saya ni? Code block, nampak tak? Tolong respon siapa?
No doktor, it's still on
nampak,
the slide.
Okay, I think
Doctor?
the way I present this one is wrong. I think we stop this one and then I open again and make a full screen. Okay, now. Sekarang boleh nampak?
Yes, doctor.
Okay, now this one is our code block. We need to remove the number in this one. This one is no need actually. We copy and paste in. Okay. Okay. Now just click new file here. So will be the white space will be come out in our editor here. So what happened is we copy and then paste in the editor here. Okay, next.
Doctor, can we start from 7? Or it is necessary to make steps from 1 to 6?
Now, we open code block. When we install, they have a icon, this one, code block. Okay, you just double click. Mandi and UPM student, I think those who are from UPM, I think this one is already know how to handle this one. Okay, now this one is the user interface for the code block. Okay, now you need to start for editing. Just click this
new file.
Okay, empty. Okay, and then we copy just now. I have already copied, and then we paste. Control V.
Okay. I mean these steps. I mean these numbers from 1 to 9. Can we start from 7 to 9? Or it is necessary to follow the steps from 1 to 7? 1 to 6? It is necessary to write it or start from 7 directly?
Yep, directly from, from 7. Never mind, I will explain this one. You just hear me, okay? Copy, okay, now. Okay, now. The six step just now. This one is the editing. One is editing. This one is the editing process. Okay, we time. Actually, we need to time, not to copy and paste. Okay. Since this one is the lecture, so I just want to just straightforward copy this one, follow this one. You need to follow this one. You have a space this one, then okay. Now this one is editing process, number 1, editing process. Next is compiling process. The compiling process is the button, this one, build. Okay, we have a build button here, we have a run here, or we have a build and run at the same time. So simple. In this code block, we just go to these two button only. Okay, first, okay, now we build first. Okay, now if we didn't put this or save as first, then we need to save the file. For example, here ex1, for example, ex1.c. The name we put it example1.c. Okay, so we save this one. So now after we save, automatically the code will be changed the color. For example, here the green here, and then the black, and then the blue. They have a meaning. Okay, this one, the green is for the pre-processor, we call it. Integer is the keyword for the C. Welcome is text for the print out statement. Okay. Now this one, okay. Now at the bottom we have a pane here at the bottom. Real message. This one is important to look the feedback. What is the error with our C program? For example, here we have a 0 error and 0 warning. That means our code is done correct, no error. Okay, so now we can manipulate our code by using erase, or for example we remove, for example, this semicolon at the end. For example, what happened? This one is the process study for beginning. For example, you are starting. So what happened is we build, and the feedback will be come out at the bottom with the red feedback. How do you know the feedback? You just double click the red color. The arrow, the red color will be show you in what place in the coding the error. The error is here. Error expected semicolon before curly bracket. This one we call it a curly bracket token. Then we need to put it back curly bracket. So easy, I think. And then build again. So will be error. Okay. So this one is the compiling process. At the back, the compiling process will produce what we call .obj file. Okay, so we no need to know about what is obj. This one is the process, just the process to make sure this coding to convert to low level language. Okay, so next process is run. Since our program is done, no error, so the process is run the program. So come out with a black screen like this one. Okay, so what is the output? So the output is this one, welcome to C. Welcome to C. So the printf statement is to display in our black screen the output that we want to display in our output screen. So in here we just put it welcome to C. That's all. Print the output. And the rest at the bottom here, this one is the by default compiler will come out with this statement. So this one is we ignore this statement. Just take this one as the default statement that code block will appear all session, all compiling session, or running or build process. So just only we want to show you this output only. Okay. Now, okay, here in printf statement, the format is like this one. Okay, so this one integer main void, we have to follow this one, and then after that we put in a curly bracket open here, and then ending with the curly bracket here. This one we call it as main function. Okay, this one is main function. This one is we call it as a preprocessor. Okay, this one we call it as a comment. Okay, now this one we call it as a printf statement. So for the format or syntax for the printf statement, the keyword is printf. Exactly is this as it is. We cannot change this. For example, we want to capital P, okay, or print only, cannot, because this one we call it as a keyword in C. We cannot change this one. So we need to follow exactly as it is. And then we follow by the bracket, open and close. This one is the format you need to follow for the printf statement. So the format is like this one: open and close, and in between open and close, we need to put it this one, what we call string notations. Okay, and between string notations one, up to us what text we want to display in our output screen, black screen just now. Okay, and then inside the at the end of the welcome to C, they have a backslash n here, right? And this one they have in C, they have a meaning. It has a meaning. What meaning? This one is a create new single line, blank space, blank line, single blank line. Okay, for example, look here. When we run, look here, they have a single space between process and welcome, right? Okay, now if we add one more backslash n, we have add two more backslash n, and then we compile again. Okay, and then we run. What happened is then we add more two line here. So the line will be 3 here. So 3 space here. This one is the function of backslash n in C. Okay. So later we will discuss later this one at the bottom our lecture note. Okay. Now we minimize this one. We go to the lecture note. Okay. Now. So this one is the output. Welcome to C. Okay. So the comment, this one. Now this one is the explanation just now that I explained to you. Okay. So one more thing for the comment I not discuss here is we can put it instead of double slash like this one. In C we also can do like this one. Okay. Slash star another comment. Okay, and then star slash. This one is also considered as a comment. So either we put it double slash like this one, or we put it slash star and then close by the star slash. So in C, it's the same meaning. Okay, so please note. So just take note. Maybe you have a lecture. Okay, you just okay. In two notes, I think for the first degree or undergrad, they have this notation I give in the lecture. So you can see at the two lecture note. So in here we don't have. So I add here. So this one is the also comment, yeah, in C. Okay, now here. So this one. Okay, here. Okay, finish. And then include preprocess directory. For example, here include stdio.h. Okay, so now we have to follow this one. This one is space. No need to space is okay. What happened if we maybe we cut off space? Is it any error? I think no error. Okay, no error. But if we are putting space in here, for example here, is it any error? You can run or build. This is error. So you can study through the try and error. For example here. Okay, we cannot put it space in here. So stdio.h should be follow no space. Okay. So no space. No space. Yeah? Okay. Now. And then hash. This one is indicated as a we call it preprocessor directive. Later we have include MTH.hash, include limit.hash. Later we will discuss another preprocessor directive. This one is the first preprocessor stdio.h. Okay. Later we have some more. What meaning by the stdio.h? This one is standard short form for standard input output library, header library. And what is the purpose? This one is the when we use the printf and scanf command in our C program. Just now we have a printf statement. without a declaration of include stdio.s, they have a cannot link with this printf and scanf functions. Okay, so if we use printf and scanf statement in our coding, then we have to put it this stdio.h, standard input output header library, we call it this one. Okay, and they finish. And then blank line and white space, line 4. Just now, line 1 is simply a blank space. You can add, so blank space is, doesn't matter. You can put it many, maybe if you are blank space, you need a blank space for the readability of the code. Maybe we need to more space in your coding, then you can put it space. It doesn't matter, no error. Okay, so maybe you want to put it comment, and then you put space. Look, your coding is not crowded, then you can do like that. You can put it space and so on. Okay. And then next, the main function just now. This one is just follow. This one is the explanations. It's part of the way every C program you have to put it. This one C program. So C program for the one or more function. Okay, now C program actually later we will discuss. We have some or more than one functions. So in C program they have a compulsory. We call it as a main function. This one is a main functions. Later in the chapter, maybe weeks, 2 weeks or fifth weeks, we will discuss the functions. In that topic, we will discuss how we can add more than one function in our C code. Okay. Later we will discuss. So for the moment, we just only consider main functions. It's one of the compulsory for the starting on the beginning. Okay. For additional functions, later we will discuss in topic or chapter, I think 5. Chapter 5, I think. Later. Okay. And then printf statement. So this one is the explanation just now. I think I already explained through the hand-on just now. You can read this all this one. We need to put it at the end, semicolon, and just okay. Okay, and then escape sequence just now, \n. I think I explained to you just now. This one, what is purpose \n. Okay, instead of \n, we have some more. We call it, this one is a backslash. For example, here additional backslash. If we put it backslash t, backslash a, backslash double backslash, then double quote, they have a meaning. This one \n, this one is for the new line. \t, this one is for the tab. So if we want to increase the tab, you want to format your printf statement, you want to tabbing, make a space in front, you can put it tab. For example here, you can put it, for example here, \t. So when we run the program, so the output will be like this one, tab here. So in front, this one is tab. Okay, this one just formatting of the output. Later, if you want to format, you need to use that the format style. So A is alert. Maybe alert mean the bell ring will be here. Okay, when we put A, maybe some operating system cannot hear when you put it. This one just knowledge. You put it \a. When you run, you can hear the bell alert sound. Okay, depend on the compiler and the operating system. This one is not compulsory. This one is just knowledge for you. So backslash mean you want to backslash character. So you want to make a single backslash, you have to put double backslash. Mean you put double, then only single backslash will be appear in your print statement. Also for the string, you want to make for example, you want to add in front here, you need to put it like this one. Yeah, you run it. So you will like this one. So you appear double quote will be without backslash. This one is the format. No,
Okay.
without backslash. This one is the format for the printf. Compulsory. This one is the format for the printf statement. This one is compulsory. In
Okay.
between, if you want to add symbol double quote here, you have to put it backslash double quote. Okay.
Can we try Doctor /A alert?
I think okay. I think you can try later in your laptop. Okay. I think /A. Um, can hear? And you run. They have a sound. Can you hear the sound?
No.
Ada nggak? Ada.
No.
Saya ada. Okay. Never mind. You can try it. In my PC, they have a sound. Okay.
Okay.
So you can try later.
Okay.
Okay, now this one is not important, just knowledge for you. Okay, now look here. Now this one is more example, well complete. We can run it and what happened. Okay, now I just run it. This one hands on. Okay, what happened? Okay, I close this one and then open again. Hari ini kita 3 jam straight ya. Boleh ke? Boleh tak boleh kena boleh lah. So you need to remove this number.
Okay.
Apa yang dah okay, saya nak tahu yang lain dah install ke compiler ni? Munirah?
Tengah install tu.
Dia tak payah
Yes,
tanya lah.
Doctor.
Badrul?
Yes.
Badrul ada tak? Wenisa ni sebenarnya dia ambil ke tak Wenisa ni? Wenisa
Not
join
sure.
tak?
Doctor,
Ada.
but Vanessa said she might have some work to do today, so she might not be able to join.
Dia ada apa tadi? Sorry?
Dia kata dia ada kerja hari ni. Sebab dia kerja.
Okay. Maknanya dia tak drop lah.
Mm-mm.
Sebab saya takut dia tak boleh, dia drop sebab ada dalam subjek lain pun dia tak join.
Mhm.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I will put it the video later in our Interplus. Some of you cannot join this lecture. I will put it the video in Interplus later. Okay. Okay, now the same step. What we need to do is we save the file this code C program and put the name. We run it, so automatically we come out with this. Open box, we put it ex2.c, for example. .c is for the C file. Okay, now so many here. Kenapa banyak jadi macam ni? Oh, dia tak copy fully. Include, they have an error. How many error here? They have one error. So showing here, I think they are missing here. This one is a studio. Apa dia hilang Studio location. Okay. Run again. Okay, nice, done. Okay, now what happened? Okay, class. Now this one is the advanced from the previous example. Now we study one line by line. Okay, now this one. These two line, this one is what we call it as a declaration part. Okay, so later we will explain further what it means and int. So here I will explain first. Okay. INT in C, we want to declare variable. The type is integer. So integer in C, just put INT. Understood is an integer. So this one, integer one. Integer one, this one is we up to us. We want to put what variable, the name variable we want to put it. So here we put it integer one, and also here the second is integer two, and ending with the semicolon. You have to follow the format. Okay. So we have a two variable, both are integer. Next, we put a space, okay, and then we print F statement. So enter first integer. This one is we print F will be come out in the black screen later. Okay, now the next is a scan F. Now this one scan F, the format new for you. Scanf is the read data from the keyboard. So scanf, the format, the command is a scanf. We need to follow a keyword like this one, and then followed by bracket, close by bracket, ending with the semicolon. In between, okay, look here, double quote here, and then in between we need to put with what we call is format specification, what we call the format. Later we will discuss further the format is one. This one is uh, just accept this one. I will explain this later. And then a comma, and then followed by the ampersand, and then the variable we want to read. For example, here the first integer one. Okay, so why? So don't ask me why. This one is just follow. So this one is the format for the C. So ampersand. This one is for integer, double, and whatever. So you have to, for the scanf, you need to put it ampersand in or before the variable you want to read. For example, here integer one. Okay. So for integer, type of integer, the format is %d. For double is %. If if we declare double variable, then this one is %f. So later we will discuss further. Okay. Next, we ask the user to enter the second integer. So we print statement like this one, and then scanf, same, but we change with the integer 2, and then we declare again integer sum. Now we declare normally we put declaration at the beginning. Okay, doesn't matter actually. We put it at the middle of our code. Okay, we put it like this one: integer sum, another variable. We put it sum. The type is integer, and then we make a calculation for variable sum equal to integer 1 plus integer 2, and then semicolon. Now this one is very simple additional operator in C. Yeah? So, and then after calculate the sum, then we print out the value. Now the format for the printf value like this one. Okay, previous example for welcome to C is just no need to put it sum this one, right? Up to two double quote here. But for the print value, we add comma here, and then the variable we want to print out. For example, here is sum. Okay, and then inside the text double quote, we put the format specification. For example, here, since sum is we declare as an integer, then the format is %d. Okay, like scanf just now, the format is %d. For scanf and printf, the format is same for the integer, %d. Okay, so this format we will discuss later because we have a sum declaration type of declaration of variable. We have a double, long double, integer, long integer, character, string, and so on. So for this code, just consider for the integer only. Okay, so later we will discuss more about the variable or declaration or data type. Okay, now Sandy is format, and then sum is variable. Now we run, no error, okay, and then we run. What happened is, okay, now enter first integer. Now scanf is the blinking. The blinking is the ask the user to key in the integer. Okay, for example 8, then enter. So compiler the execute file will be ask user to enter the second integer. For example, we put it second is 2, then the output is sum is 10. Very simple, sum is 10. This one is straightforward. And the output finish, sum is 10. Okay. Okay, now this one is the process, declarations, printf statement, and scanf. Scanf with the value, printf with the value. Now this one is the second coding. Finish. Now all this one is explanation just now. I think you can read this one. So the variable in C, where we can use any valid identifier. Okay. Later, I think in exercise we will discuss the type of identifier that valid and invalid. Okay. Okay. Now, C is a case sensitive. What is mean case sensitive? Uppercase and lowercase letter is different meaning in C. For example, A1 and A capital 1, A1 is as a different identifier or variable. Okay, so if we use A1, just put the latest one. If you use A capital A, then 1, use capital A1. Okay, so you cannot change or switch these two name of identifier or variable. And then printf this one, okay, this one is finished, okay. I think we can explain this one. And then %D, we call it a conversion specifier or format specification. This one is, we call it conversion specifier, okay. This one is, okay, ampersand, we call it as an address operator. Okay, this one is the explanation of all about what is meaning scanf. Right? So you can read this one. Okay. Sum is type integer. Okay, later we will discuss. Okay. 2 operand. So integer 1 and integer 2 is operand. Okay. Okay. This one is semuanya saya dah terangkan di atas tadi. So you can read this one. This one is same. Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Now this one is, I think, same with the just now. Yang ni saya kita tak boleh nak copy. This one is the picture, not the text. Okay, we cannot run this one. Okay, number one. So we read one by one. This one format of C statement are terminated by this semicolon. So most of the statement in C ending with the semicolon. This one is the syntax in C we need to follow. Indentation is ignored by the compiler. So what do you mean indentations? Indentation is you can put it a space like this one. So this one is doesn't matter in C. You can put it indentation or without the indentation. This one is doesn't matter in C. Okay. C is case sensitive just now, so you need to follow the keyword in C exactly. For the printf, scanf, you need to small letter. You have to follow this one. Okay. Don't change. Okay. Case sensitive. String a place in double quote, meaning this one double quote. Double quote we call it as a string. String. And then new line are handled via. Okay, just now we explained this one. \n. Program are capable of flagging success or error. Those forgetting to do so have one or other chosen randomly. Okay. Okay, now variable. Variable must be declared before using immediately after bracket, curly bracket is one. Okay, and then valid character are letter, digit, and underscore. Valid character are letter. Okay, now. So in C, we can declare variable as a character, single character, whatever character, we can declare digit, letter, or underscore in C. Okay, so first character cannot be digit. So when we declare a variable, what is the variable? A, B, integer 1, integer 2 just now. So this is the rule that we have to follow. The first character cannot be digit. Okay, for example, 2 sum. Instead of A, we put it 2A. Cannot. In C, we cannot start the variable with the digit. Okay, 5A, 6B, cannot. This one is invalid identifier. Okay, so 31 character recognized for local variable more can be used, but ignored. So 31 character local variable. The long of the variable is 31 character. Okay, so more can be used, but ignored. This one is ignored. More than that is ignored. Okay, some implementation recognize only 6 character in global variable and function name. Some implementation recognize only 6 character in global. Okay, in C, we have a later we will discuss what mean by the local variable and global variable. Okay, now look here. If we put it, declaration is just after main, this one we call it a local variable. Local mean this only can be accessed in main body of main functions. A and B can be accessed in only main function. If we put it integer AB before main, meaning that A and B can be accessed in any function in the C code. Maybe later we have more than one function, main function and other function. And at the same time, we share the use of variable integer A and B. So in that case, we need to put it the global. We declare is put it before main here. Okay, so later I think they have a explanation further in this topic. Okay, so this one is just knowledge for the beginning. Okay, and then upper and lowercase letter are distinct. Okay, make sure you want to use the variable for capital letter, so use the capital letter. Right? So small letter, if you are small letter, so use the small letter. Okay, so meaning that whatever variable you declare, you have to use the same declaration in your code. At the beginning, you declare at the declaration part, then in both our your body should be the same with the declaration. I think this one is clear. So print f and scan f. Print f write integer value to screen when %i is used. Okay, now this one is the explanation. So this one is the format for integer. So we can use %i or %d for the integer. So a is an integer. We can use %i or %d, the same meaning. Okay. Okay. Now this here we have a 3 value we want to print out: a, b, and a minus b. 3, meaning that in the format output here, we need to put 3 format specification. Okay? So %i is for A, %i this one is for B, and then %i here is for A minus B. So the value for A, B, and A minus B will be replaced accordingly to the first %i, the second is %b, and then the third is A minus B to the last %i. This one is the how we read the coding, C coding. If you are missing one format specification, for example, here you are forgetting to put it the last %i, whereas you have a three parameter or variable to print, then compiler will show you error during the compilation process. Okay, so if you have a three variable to print out, then you have to put it three format specifications. So accordingly, here all is integer. So then the format is %i, %i, %i. Okay, maybe later we discuss the different format, double character and so on. Okay. Okay, now finish. Okay, now ampersand not necessary with the printf. So printf no ampersand. So ampersand is for the scanf. Just now scanf. Okay. So in printf not necessary. Then integer type in C. C support different kind of integer. So maximum and minimum defined in limit.h. Okay, now later we will discuss what is meaning by the limit.h, this one. Okay, now look here. In C, they have a several type of integer, variable, type of variable. Here, char. What mean? This one is character. And then sign character. What we sign? Sign, they have maybe positive or negative sign. Okay. And then unsigned character, without character, minus or plus character. Short integer. Okay, you can declare int. Int mean this one is short integer. Without short, understood, if you put it integer, this one is short integer. Okay, then unsigned short mean unsigned integer. Okay, integer. So mean integer as a example here, integer. Okay, now unsigned integer is just non-negative value. Okay, long integer is double integer. Okay, what is different integer and long integer? So integer is we can, okay, later we can print out the value of minimum and maximum. Okay, more than maximum, this one is considered as a long integer. They have a range, maximum and minimum. If I using integer, they have a long integer, for example. So certain compiler that accept only, for example, 6 digit of integer. If you declare is int, okay. If you want to more than 6 digit of integer, you cannot use int. You need to using long int. Okay, this one. Okay, unsigned long. Okay, unsigned long mean positive integer, long integer. Okay, now what is the format? Format, this one is just this one format for this one. %i, this one format. If you declare A and B, this one is integer, this one is using %i or %d. You can %d or %i. Okay, here is the format. So character is %c, signed character is %c, unsigned character is %c, short integer is hi, and then unsigned short is hu, integer is %i or %d, %d, unsigned integer is %u, long is %li, and then unsigned long is %lu. Okay, so this one is the format for read in read statement. And then if you want to print out the value for minimum or maximum using the capital like this one. Okay, for example here the coding. Okay, for example here you want to print out the integer mean. What is mean integer mean? int mean. This one you want to print out integer mean, minimum of value for your compiler or your machine, laptop. What is the minimum declaration, minimum value for declaration of int? you can put it like this one. Printf minimum integer is int underscore min. So the compiler will show you the minimum integer can be used during the calculation process. Okay, for example, if you are using declare your integer, but in the process execution process in your coding, you are involved many calculation process, and then at the end, the output will be outside the range of the declaration number. int, they have a maximum, for example, here, integer maximum. Okay, you declare int and int. So you can show what is the maximum integer can be handled in your computer. Okay, in C. Otherwise, the output will be rubbish. Doesn't give you the real value that you want to expect from the coding. Okay, by doing this, you know what is the maximum and minimum value that you can store in your computer actually. Okay, so you can type this one and run it. So for me, not suitable because we are trying to finish our chapter. So later you can run this one, and then if any question regarding this coding, maybe later we will discuss during the lab sessions. Okay, so after this we will discuss lab sessions. Lab session mean we will handle based on hand-on program. So today, if you are not understand, doesn't matter. Just go through and follow my lecture. And then if you not understand, open the video. And then later, if you still have a problem, you can ask during the lab sessions. Okay. So in here, you just minimize the questions. You can ask me the questions, but you want to not understand, later we will discuss. So better if you are not sure by the coding here, you can type this one in compiler and run it. What happens? So in C program, this one is the learning process is by try and error. Okay, so you copy the code and then type the code and then build or compile and then run and then see what is output, is an error and so on. From there you will get the knowledge with the C program. Okay. Okay, now this one in bottom, this one is the output. Just example, maybe different compiler, different machine is different output. You can check this way, this value, the same or not in your compiler. Okay. Okay, now finish. Okay, character. Okay, now this one is the another code. You can put it here. Include limit. Okay, now just now, this is the purpose of limit.h. When we use the CHR min, CHR max, this one is the keyword reserved word for the C in the library limits.h. If you are using this command, you have to put it include limit.h. Similar like this one. You have using integer min, integer this one, you have to put it limit.h. You are missing this statement, you cannot use this in your body of C program. Okay, the output may be wrong. I'm not sure. Maybe you can run it this one without this limit. What happened? Okay, so here I cannot show you because this one is, I think this one is not. We cannot copy this one. I think this one is the picture. I paste this one from the textbook thing. Okay, now this one is the coding. Minimum character and maximum character. So minimum character is 0, maximum character is 255. This one is the output. This one is the value, I think, the value of minimum and maximum with the or CHAR. Okay, CHAR mean character in the moment. And then no, this one, what is mean by this one? Lower A. Now this one is just okay. Class here. Just now we are deal with the only integer. Now we are deal with the character. CHAR type of character. Character, what is character? Character is A, B, C, D, capital A, small letter A, B, C, D, and then 1, 2, 3. All this one is character. And then we can assign the character with the value. For example, here, lower A. This one is a name of variable. And then we put the type is character. So lower A considered as a character variable. And then equal single quote like this one. This one is initial value for lower A. This one is the how we put initial value for the lower A and equal lower A equal to character A. So character is single character. CHAR is for the single character, and single character can be declared, can be put the initial value by using single quote like this one. This one is single quote. Okay, without single quote, not considered as a character. Okay, if you are missing single quote, this one is a error in C program. Okay, so if you use the CHAR and then you want to put it initial value, then you put it single quote like this one. Okay, and then lower M is M like this one, and then printf this one is how we can print out the value. Okay, okay, look here. Maximum character is 0. This one is the first maximum character, the first printf. The output is this one. And then the second printf maximum character is maximum, this one, maximum CHAR is equal to 255. Okay. And then printf after %C. After %C, this one is lower A. Lower A will replace this format here. I'll put it in here. And then lower A plus 1 is will be replaced to the %C here. Okay. So lower A. What is lower A? Lower is A. Here. Lower A plus 1. What is lower A? Lower A is no. Look, lower A. Lower A. Lower A. This one is A or 1 or L. I'm not sure this one. 1. Lower A. Lower A. Lower A is A plus 1. Now lower A plus 1, they have value in A plus 1, they have a plus 1.
Maybe mean the next letter?
Yeah, the next letter is P. Yep, correct. So lower now, so this one is a valid statement. So in C we can put like this one. Lower A plus 1 become P. Okay, and then the next last printf statement, uppercase is lower A minus A plus A. Now this one is what is meaning this one? Lower M. Lower M is M minus A is a character A plus character A. I think how to explain this one. Lower A. So M minus A plus A. Okay, now they have an this one is not important to us actually, but if you want to know, you can explore what we call ASCII character. So you can type in Google ASCII character in C. They have a list of ASCII character in C. What is meaning by the okay? They have a number meanings. I cannot show you. M minus A plus A. They have a meaning value for this one. A plus A. They have a number. Okay. This one's lower M. They have a number. So when we operate this minus and then plus, they have a number, and they have a certain that number according to the what that number is assigned to what character in ASCII. Okay, so character in C, they refer to the ASCII character ASCII. I'm not sure this one. Okay, so you can Google ASCII. This one is not important. This one just knowledge for you. In our course, I think don't take serious for this one. This one is just knowledge for you. Okay. Okay. Now real time. So again, we have just now we have integer, we have a character. Now we have a real type in C. C support different kind of real, maximum and minimum, and defined in float.h. Just now we are limit.h. Now we have a float.h. If you are using this command, this one, then this command is inside the float.h. So we need to put it float.h here. If you want to using this command. Okay, now the important is here. So in C, they have a here we have a three type of declaration: float, double, long double. Okay, what is different? Okay, this one is different is the decimal places. Okay, now for example here 4 byte, 8 byte, 10 byte. So this one is knowledge, just knowledge. The important is when you are doing master or PhD, normally they have using when we deal with the decimal number accuracy. Okay, if you declare the variable is float, they are only support until 4 byte digit length. Okay, and then if you are dealing your declaration in double, will be double from the load 8 byte. And then if you are deal with the more longer than the double and float, you need to put it long double. Okay, the format for the specification format in here. Okay, format in here. So for this declaration, we use %f, %e, or %g. You can either this using this either one, this one. Okay, F, E, or G. But if you are using double, you can put it %LF, LE, or LG. Just put it L. And then if you are using long double, you are using capital LF, LE, L, LG. Okay? Okay, look at the example here. Okay, now what happened? Float H. Okay, so printf, LF, F, G. Okay, now declaration here is F is the value. Now we declare as a double here. Double F. The value is okay. Now here we in C we can declare at the same time we can assign the value here. For example, F equal to 3.1 something. Okay, and then followed by a comma and then G equal to 1.2 E power of minus 5. What is meaning E minus 5? So this one, how we read in C is 1.2 times 10 power of minus 5. Okay, this one is in real mathematical, and normal mathematical expression. So in C, we write like this one. 1.2 E minus 5 is 1.2 times 10 power of minus 5. Okay, And then H we declare as it is. I don't know how we pronounce this number. Okay, this one is just an example. Okay, now F, G, H here we declare as a double variable. All these F, G, H. Okay, now what happened is if we print like this one, print F equal to LF. Now LF is for the double declaration. The format is for the double. Okay, so LF, 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 LF. Okay, but we want to print FGH. What happened? What is the output actually we want to show you? Okay, now the first print F equal to now this LF. Now the output will be 6 decimal places. Instead of 1416, they will give you add 20 more. This one is by default. Okay. Now if you are not understand, you can run it and then you can manipulate it. Okay, just explain this one from here. Okay, G. The next is LF. Okay, now if you assign the value is this one, but if you put it the format G is LF, you know LF is for the double, correct? So double the format should be in the, by compiling, the compiler will be show you like this one. So you know if you convert this value in terms of standard without exponent this, the value is 0.0000012. Okay, so the output is will show you like this one by format using LF. And also for age, okay, so the format will show you like this one. Okay, now for the first printf, what you can see here, okay, the format for the LF will show you 6 decimal places.
Yeah.
All is 6, you know. Oh, here 6, whatever.
Yeah.
This one is by default. Actually, later we will show you, maybe in lab session, we will show you what happens if we want to limit that decimal places, maybe by 3, by 6, by 8. We can format this one later. So because this one we cannot copy and run it, maybe you can copy or you can type in compile in the compiler and then you run it and then you study. And then later during the lab session, we will sharing process during that lab session, maybe. Okay. So by today, we just go through the lecture note. Just observe what we display on the lecture note. Okay. Okay. Now the second, what is different? The second is the format is LE. LE is for the LE. The format is LE here. Double, because double you can use LF, LE or LG. Now the format is like this one. The difference is here. The value is the same, but the format of output. Now if you put it LE, 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 so F is double, the format will be show you E here. Okay. Now by default, if you're using LE only, the format will show you 6 decimal places. All is 6. Yeah. But now they have a E here. E is for stand LE here, LE. Okay. Okay. Now actually you can make it this one. If you run it or you type in compiler, you can format this one. Up to us, we can manage this one. For example, we want to maybe two decimal places. If we want to 2, you can put it this one 0.2 LE. Let's try 0.2. This one is 0.3 or 0.5 or 0.8. You can manage this one up to you. You want to how many places you want to decimal you want to show in the output. Okay, so by default, without just LE, so the compiler will show you only 6 decimal places. by default. It's only by default. The compiler gives you decimal places. Okay, next printf LG. What is the meaning LG? So LG, the output will be like this one. As it is. Now, okay, now this one is in general or standard. Standard, or what we call standard, standard output. So what means standard? Standard mean like this one. 3, okay. 3.1, 1.2, 5. Actually, this one is 5. No, first digit is 5.0, for example. This one in, sorry, this one LG. Okay, no, this one. So this one is single, okay, 3.1.5 point. No zero. This one is exactly as given in the we assign the value, for example here. But here we put it in the exponent. All is in exponent. So for LG, this one is for the exponent. LG. H is exponent, so you can put it like exponent like this one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now
It's a little difficult.
F, this one last is LF, this one what is now, yeah, this one. For example here, 7.2 LF, 0.2 LE, 0.4 LG. Now we can control this one by putting 0.4, 0.2, now what is mean 7 here? 7 mean the total allocation memory for our digits. For example, now 7 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All in a space. But the 0.2 is the decimal places, the number of decimal places we can allow in our printout. Okay. So
okay.
The in front is empty space. If we put it 7 is the big space, correct? More than the value this one. So we put it blank space. So 1.20, this one is 2 decimal places, and then for 4G H, what happened this one? 4 LG 0.4. Oh, this one is different. So this one is 5 LG. LG will be put it LG is like the previous one. 5 exponent 909. Okay. Okay. Now you can type and run in this one to make sure the output is same like this one. Maybe some compiler different because we don't know. This one is the not from the books, and then we don't know what is the compiler they use. We can confirm it this one by using code block, either the same output or different. This one is, if the same, maybe the compiler that they use is the same with our environment, maybe not the same compiler, but the output or the compiler give you the same output. Okay. Now constant, I think. Okay, now class, can we stop here and then we continue if possible, maybe half an hour? Boleh tak kelas kita break for solat?
Up to you, doctor.
Okay.
Up to you.
So we rest for the half an hour. Maybe you can take bath or enter solar, and then
we come back on the same link.
Yep, the same link. So
okay.
Close this link first, and then we enter for the same link. I think no problem. So 7:30 we continue. So Ken, boleh semua kelas?
Yes.
Boleh,
So,
Doktor.
okay. So mandi ada tak lagi. Okay, Badrul. That's